Good morning and welcome to CAM Look, your twice weekly dose of the Cincinnati Art Museum, when a member of the CAM family shares a work from our collection and poses a few questions for discussion. We hope you'll check back on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10 a.m. for a new work and a new chat. Hi, my name's Emily and I'm the Director of Learning and Interpretation at the museum. And today I'm sharing several works by an artist that I have been really fascinated about. As you know, we've done several music montage cam looks in the history of this program, and I always seem to pick a work by this artist. So I wanted to do a little bit more investigation into his work. While I was looking through our database, I found out we had over 80 prints by him in our collection. So as I talk about this artist, whose name is Clifton Karhu, I'll be sharing several works that are in our collection. Enjoy. So who is Clifton Karhu? He has a fascinating story. He was born in Duluth, Minnesota on November 23, 1927, to parents of Finnish descent, both who were painters. Though he was artistically inclined from an early age, Karhu joined the U.S. Army in 1946 after graduating from high school. While stationed at the American Navy base in Sasebo from 1946 to 1948 as a military artist, he fell in love with Japan. After leaving Japan and returning to the U.S., he studied sketching and oil painting at the Minneapolis Institute of Art from 1950 to 1952. He questioned his commitment to art and decided instead to study theology. Choosing to become a Lutheran missionary, he requested a posting in Japan, arriving there in 1955 with his wife Lois. From Hiroshima to Kyoto, he and his wife sold Bibles until he became disillusioned with the mission. Settling in Gifu Prefecture, he returned to art, working in oils and watercolor. In 1963, Karhu moved his family to Kyoto. Once there, his life changed forever when he was introduced to Tetsuo Yamada, the owner of a gallery in Gion selling ukiyo, or floating world prints. Yamada, who was also an important exhibitor of contemporary artists, told Karhu that the woodcut medium would be better suited than painting for the strong lines in his designs. As Karhu once said, quote, "Strong black outlines are the keynote in my pictures. And I found that, unlike oils or watercolors, prints enable me to harmonize vertical and horizontal lines much more effectively," end quote. Immersed in the city's vibrant artistic community, Karhu began a successful career in woodblock printmaking. He also increasingly adopted specific elements of what he perceived to be a Japanese lifestyle. He stopped wearing Western clothing and donned the kimono, spoke Japanese, visited geisha houses, and socialized by going out to drink sake. He also made and played the shakuhachi instrument and created nutsuki and carved seals, practices that reportedly earned him a reputation for being, quote, "committed to the value of Japan's lifestyle," end quote. His work presented everyday scenes of Kyoto and Kanazawa in the style of architectural genre prints. Karhu depicted monuments, restaurants, residential views, geisha houses, and street scenes. Early in his career, Karhu sold prints mainly to foreigners. As his international reputation spread, his clientele became increasingly Japanese. By the early 1970s, Karhu's work was well known within Japan itself, and he became the first non-Japanese member of the Japan Print Association. When asked about his medium, he states, quote, "In Kyoto, the vertical and horizontal lines of the tile roofs and the latticed windows strike a special harmony, like something alive. In my prints of Kyoto, I always strive to express the human warmth. Since wood accounts for much of Kyoto's beauty, it may also be the best way that beauty can be expressed, through woodblock prints," end quote. In the early 1980s, Karhu lived in Kyoto and operated a studio where his apprentices performed artistic tasks under his direction, carving woodblocks by instruction. In the late 1980s, Karhu moved to Kanazawa permanently, and in 1986, near the end of his active career as an artist, the Los Angeles Times described Karhu as the, quote, "best-known defender of tradition in an artistic culture busily trying to keep up with Western innovation," and, quote, credited him with redefining and reinvigorating an ancient printing technique. Unfortunately, Karhu died from cancer on May 24, 2007 in Kyoto. So, did you have a favorite work, or maybe two or three, by Karhu that jumped out at you while I was sharing a bit about his life and work? I really love his winter scenes, especially those of buildings in the snow. They're so peaceful and calming. They remind me of that first snow of the season at the break of the day before the world gets noisy. He also artfully captures the cold that snow brings in bright colors. What do you think? Thanks so much for joining us today on Cam Look, and remember to check out our YouTube page for all of our other videos. We have a lot. Thanks and have a great day.